Hi, Deb. It's so nice to see you. I have to just start off by saying I've got two kiddos that are your biggest fans. I mean, you rank high in our house, girl. They've never missed an episode of Liv and Maddie. Of course, Descendants. The clean version of Lazy Baby is 24/7 in our house, girl, and in our car. And we did meet you at the Angry Birds 2 premiere, and you took the time with my daughter and took like selfies with my phone, and they're just plastered in her room, and you're just lovely. And I just wanted to start off by saying that. And my question is, what made you want to be part of this series with Nickelodeon?
First of all, thank you so much for all that love. That's really, I'm in some kind of space today. That's really going to make me cry. Thank you. Please give your kids my love.
Oh, I will.
What made me want to, so the creators approached me at the beginning of 2020 and they said, have you ever heard of this very beloved property, Big Nate? And I haven't heard of most things, period, end of sentence, let alone like things that I might not naturally come across. And so I hadn't, but it was one of those things where like, the second I found it, I was like, wait, have I seen this everywhere? I was like, am I writing inside a copy of a Big Nate comic? Like it was like suddenly everywhere, like that weird phenomenon. And when I knew how beloved it was, I've said this before, but I would say I'm a fan first, and that was what made me want to be a performer, was to be a part of the things that I loved. So my favorite things are always things that like everybody has decided like, we love this, we're invested in this is important to us. And so whenever I take the public's opinion very seriously in that way. So whenever there's a big following for something, I'm always very intrigued and very like honored to be a part of this. That was really what made me want to do it.
Do you have a favorite scene or an episode that you were in?
I do, but I can't talk about it because it is so insane and it is so late in the series.
Okay.
But you're gonna know it simply by me telling you that like I did not know if we were gonna be able to do it. Like I said to my producer, I was like 4 or 5 times. I like read the script and I was like, and we can do this? And he was like, I checked. And like while we were recording it, they'd be like, okay, and great, we got that line. And I'd be like, okay, so for sure we can do this. And they were like, yeah, no, we got approval. It is the craziest plot line of any cartoon I've ever seen, where I was like, I can't believe we're getting away with this. It's so funny and so wild. And it's definitely by far my favorite plot point. And you're gonna know it just based on everything that I'm saying right now, but I can't give it away because it is that insane.
What are you hoping kids take away after watching this series?
Well, I think there's something so beautiful about the show and I can only imagine it's because of the sort of grassroots growth of the fan base and the fact that it wasn't like genetically grown to be a hit, which is always the problem these days, is people have an idea of like what works and it's always the wrong thing because what works you can't replicate, right? It's not a formula. And so that's why everything that is like everybody's like putting all of this pressure behind like promoting it never turns into anything because you can't circumvent what audiences are going to love. It's always natural and organic, and that is something that is so written into the bones and the DNA of Big Nate. Is it's like for this audience, for these people that love it from the very beginning. And so I think it's wackier, it's more human, it's made for a broader group of people, ages, demographics. And I think something that I find inspiring about working on it is that it is so the antithesis of like sterilized in media, I think, is human. And every time that we go in and we record, I'm always talking to the producers and the creatives being like, guys, how did you create like such a human property where like I know no bounds as a performer and that's what we want and that's what everybody's doing? It's really inspiring to me. So I feel like as an audience member, I really hope that translates and kids feel seen and represented as they are rather than like suits trying to create for kids. You know, I hope that kids and everybody who watches it sees themselves and they feel more human, more fully fledged and like free to be their whole selves, because really that's what the creatives have done. I feel very proud about that.